the spell checker. You can get to that tool in your main toolbar right here, or you can go to your construction toolbar and grab it right here. All we need to do now is, if we want to identify a particular string of text or a word out there that we don't think is spelled correctly, all we need to do is left click on that particular word, and if it doesn't see that it's a correct word, or there's an error in that word, it's going to bring up the spell checker. If the word is correct, it will not bring up anything. So keep that in mind too. If you click on something and nothing happens, it sees that it's a valid word. But this one here, it doesn't see it as a valid word, and it brings up the spell checker, and it says, here's the error word, what do you want to change it to? And you got suggestions down below here, construction, constructions, and so forth. If you know it's a correct word, you can ignore it. It would go to the next word if it's a paragraph and so forth. You could ignore it. You can do ignore all, which is ignore all those instances. Change it if you want to change it from the error word to the one that you want to change it to. So if we want to change it, we click on change. And there are some other options down below here, but we're not going to talk about any of those. So if we want to change it, all we need to do is click on change, and it changes that particular word to whatever you suggested it to change. Also, in your spell checker, you have the option to use a fence. So if I came in here and I use my place fence tool, and I come in here and I place a fence maybe around a certain area that has some wording, and I want to spell check everything that's basically inside that fence, we could do that. So I place my fence, I go back in, I use my spell checker, and now you'll see that you have the option to use your fence if it's check marked on. And it has the same parameters or modes that you had in any of your fence tools, where it's going to look at inside, everything that's inside and overlapping it, or if you just want to look at everything outside, you do a void. So I'm just going to leave it set to inside. I will left click to accept my selection set, and now it's going to go through here and scan that particular fence for errored words. And it found one, and I can change it to whatever I want. I'll change it to department. I'll change it. Go to the next one. Transportation is spelled wrong. I'll find the suggested one that I want, or type it in, however you want to do it. Change it, and once it's finished, it'll go away. And it will say down in your status bar, it's going to say spell checker complete, 2 errors fixed. So that's utilizing the spell checker. I will go ahead and remove my fence by clicking on my place fence tool again. And if I come in here and I use my spell checker one more time, if I want to scan the whole entire file, I can do that. But what I would do is not click on a particular word or paragraph, but just left click out on the screen somewhere. And that will allow you to go through there and scan your entire file. So it'll go through there and it'll find the first instance where it wants to change it at. Like this one here says station, STA period. I know that's correct, even though it's abbreviated. That's what I want, so I'll just do ignore, and it'll go down to the next one, and I can ignore what I don't want to change, or change it if I need to. So that's where you can go through here and scan the entire file. That's utilizing the spell checker in MicroStation.